Welcome to the Tarot Made Simple Beginner's Journey with Alchemical Cabala. For the past 2 weeks, you've been coloring and entering the key of the High Priestess. Please unmute yourselves one at a time and share what has occurred for you during this process. You'll need to unmute yourselves to share.
Even though I didn't color her, I've practiced studying her several times. So I see the balance between the yin and the yang, the what are the towers on either side of her. I see the 7 roses, which are the 7 chakras around her, and a lot of blue, all that blue behind her and coming around her shoulders and flowing down. I believe definitely symbolizes mind, and the tarot on her lap.
Hmm. That's really beautiful and interesting that you see roses behind her.
Aren't they pomegranates?
They are pomegranates.
I'm sorry, I'm blind.
No, you're not. Don't be sorry. It's not. There are no
Get
accidents in tarot. So
my eyes.
yeah, it's lovely though. Thank you.
Like 7 symbolizing the chakras. Yeah, don't you think? Right?
I never noticed is that a diamond on her forehead?
Ah, that's a good question.
I don't have it on my card.
Okay, you don't?
No.
Okay.
Maybe, maybe I mean,
Did you buy the color your own keys?
yeah, I have an old set.
Okay. Well, you can draw one in there. That would be interesting.
Huh. Let's see.
Um, the imagery itself, both during and before coloring, provided me with a sense of balance and centralness. The essence to me was that this was the self, the core of being that she represented, at least to me. And she retained that through whatever uh, circumstantial vagaries may have occurred in her life. She remains central and poised. That's how I perceived her. And if I may, in kind of a gender, it's probably good with that impression that it be a woman rather than a man who can flutter back and forth to different senses.
That's beautiful, Patrick. Thank you. And yes, that was so very well said. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to share, I guess. I'm thinking that the stars in the water down there remind me of my last 2 weeks. I feel like I've had little inspirations, and I had a voice in my head said, read this book, a certain book, and I read it, and it inspired me, and I saw things in it that I've read it before, and I didn't see before, and anyway, it was a creative experience, and my life has been kind of running on intuition rather than my list of things to do. Like I'm finishing things on my list of things to do before I've even looked at the list. And I've had this time where it's like activity begets activity. Everything just is multiplying in my life right now. And it's good. And this
Ex-
does kind of remind me of all those little stars that are just flowing into something else in the water.
Thank you, Susan. That's really, really great. Thanks for making those connections.
Christopher.
Oh, yes.
So, I have a lot of females in my life. I grew up with a mother, two grandmothers, and six sisters. And so the feminine has always been uh, pretty strong for me, including a devotion to the Blessed Mother as a Catholic and going on. But, or not, no, but, and over the past while, I've been seeing women simply as creation, just creation. As simple as that. And not just, and, birth being one of the reasons why a woman is creation. But looking at this card, life is flowing from her. Life is flowing from her. And the teachings, with the Torah sitting on her lap, the teachings are flowing from her as well. So I've always enjoyed female teachers like Margot. So here we are.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Michael.
I went I went to the movie theater and saw the film The Testament of Anne Lee. And it was about the Shakers.
Hmm.
And while I was watching it, I got a real strong sense because they sing throughout the film and they dance a lot. And I got a real strong sense of people out in the street currently and just singing, and singing together and not necessarily anything political, but just being out there, and that image was so strong. And then, came home and maybe in some class we were in the other night, heard that people are in Minneapolis, I guess, are singing in the streets, and just that connection and that sense that was so strong in the movie theater is like, yes, this is the next step, because there's so much going on in the streets and a lot of it's not, so positive, but singing and the voice and uplifting and, kind of like washing away all of that, was really strong.
That's really lovely. Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, the monks walking for peace uh, meant saying, "Today will be my peaceful day." And the high priestess looks like she's in peace.
Right. Lovely. Yes, that's a very good catch, Nancy. Thank you.
I found something rather curious with respect to all of that. I don't know whether it was intentional or not, but Torah, of course, is not completely spelled. And the word itself, as appears on the image, is the expression that was used by the Japanese pilots just before they attacked Pearl Harbor, acknowledging that it was a surprise.
Hmm. It's an interesting connection.
Yeah, I'll just share briefly that the actually what when Nancy was saying cherry on the card, just that aspect of like the Tao, because I was looking at my journal and stuff and just kind of like looking at things were popping up and themes and all that, and the big things were clarity and action, and it was it's been an interesting 2 weeks, and it's been great, and it's just it feels the the underlying feeling underneath it has just been this like flow, if you will,
Yes.
and yeah, it's just like a flow. And so like when looking at the card, I was looking for my hand run one, but I've got the other one here, and just that the with that river and that flowing of the water from the high priestess's lap, flowing from the Torah and all that. So hence the the Tao and the way and all that stuff too. But just that thing of and again I'm having to have a different computer now. There's a lot of different things in my environment right now in the last 2 weeks. I'll put it that way. And
Okay.
I will say that I found myself chuckling at random times in these past 2 weeks, going like, man, this thing, it's been just with respect to the car, because I'm just like, oh yeah, like this tracks, but yeah, it's just really that thing of again that clarity and action, and just one of the things too is one of the other aspects of that is, and I'll just consult my journal a little bit, but with regards to the openness and the vulnerability and just allowing, and that's been the big thing is like allowing,
I
and it's
love
been
it.
yeah, it's been really really awesome. So yeah, just highly recommended. So appreciate it.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Easy. And thank you. You are so good at zeroing in on essence. Yes. Allowing. Exactly. Very nice. Thank you.
I have something that I'd like to share that came. I didn't color the key, but I think I'm still caught up in the current of this class. So,
Yes, you
mm.
wouldn't be here if you weren't.
So what strikes me here is the white little, I want to say, to be crude, like little fish shaped or like semen shaped, if you will. I know this sounds a little crude for like public, but the life force itself, it makes me think of the life force itself, the purest desire, on the leaves of those pomegranates. Um,
Interesting. Jesse?
and it looks as though she's emerging from the background itself, like pure. Like when water condenses, it's pure, right?
Ah,
It,
yeah.
so it's like as if it's purely pure distillation of
Yes.
purity itself,
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes.
which would be that pure connection from the above to the below,
Yes.
that central pillar.
Yep. Allowing that. Allowing that. And your knowing of it. Allowing that to flow.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyone
And
else before we, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I'd like
Uh,
to add, I didn't notice this earlier, but on Patrick's card, he has in the background musical notes.
Ah, beautiful.
The background doesn't get colored.
the old school one, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I had one small thing I wanted to add real quick was is just regards to the diamond at the center of her forehead. Just that, and again, I'm just speaking just from the reflect on the last 2 weeks, and I was perusing through my journal a bit of just I found there were certain moments where And again, just out in the world and doing what I'm doing, and just just focusing on that, just like a it was like an instantaneous, like just focusing on the center of the forehead there, and just getting in that state, and then just imagining and kind of bringing up the card. But really, that whole thing of just when you meditate and just kind of focus on that center, and then like there were some videos and stuff that I hadn't seen in forever. They were popping up. They were just kind of exploring that. So just that whole harmony of doing the activity and action. It was almost like a mnemonic, like a reminder of sorts. The last 2 weeks of just finding spaces to have a brief meditation, if you will, for 10, 15 minutes or so. And it was just really cool, and just a random, I mean, just the most random places where I'd be like, well, I've got some time, and it just kind of was a very automatic thing, but it was great. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Easy.
About the music notes, Mother Ruth removed them. Margot was telling me Mother Ruth removed them the last time there was a redesign on the cards. I have them too on an old set of cards.
Right, and I was relating that to that, because I saw that film in between last class and this class, and that music
Right.
and singing being so strong, and then just connecting the musical
Uh,
note in the old card.
oh.
So can I share mine real quick?
Please do.
And mine is a little funny in the sense that I have a treadmill. That treadmill, I realized after I bought it, it wasn't intentional, that it's spirit. It's branded as spirit. It has the word spirit on it. But yesterday, something caught my curiosity. I noticed on the keypad of the treadmill, there was a word enter. So I got excited and I drew. There was a word enter, and
Yes.
there's an arrow.
Yes.
And right next, there's another box with a sign plus.
Yes.
And next to that, there's a sign of minus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait a minute, there must be some message here. So the treadmill is spirit, and now we have this box that says enter. So, but before you enter, you have no, it's not something that is dynamic. And now we are entering a field where you chose plus or minus. You enter a space that is very dynamic. So that was kind of revealing to me in the sense that the key I was painting is pure spirit,
Yes.
pure potential. And now we are finding in ourselves, especially everybody will tell you, oh my goodness, we are living in chaotic times. But then we have to realize that these are the contradictions right before we are where things are supposed to be exactly how they are. It's a dynamic energy system, things constantly at play or contradicting each other. And the only way to escape what is seemingly chaotic, but in reality it's normal, is to find your way back to something that is one and divided and manifest. And that's where you can find sanity. And so that's kind of my takeaway from this key as I worked with.
Beautifully
Thank you
said.
for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you, Wilfred. So it's really a beautiful expression and a perfect application for the tarot. The key before this says pay attention. This key says reflect. So it's not that we're out seeking, we're simply allowing what is right in front of us to be received and seen. This is how the Spirit speaks to us all the time in the world. Now, the intellect wants to take that and run with it. Don't let it, because it goes on this quest where it wants to put meaning to every single thing. But it's in the presence. And your experience of the archetypal language is quite beautiful, Wilfred. The positive and the negative, right? And the spirit, the entrance into is the balance, the sitting perfectly poised between the two. This isn't intellect. This is entered. Really powerful. Thank you, everyone. Okay. All right. Thank you all for sharing your insights and presence. In most simple modern terms, the High Priestess is memory and the subconscious mind. Memory is spirit reflecting upon itself. Your spirit, your awareness reflecting upon experiences. On the tree, she stands as the highest middle path, perfectly balanced, connecting the heart of beauty to the divine self. I think Patrick pointed to this. She, the High Priestess, is your most direct way to self. And she is already within you. She is known in stillness. She does not announce wisdom. She is embodied wisdom. The priestess is the field before thought, awareness prior to action and reaction. Awareness prior to identification. The still, luminous depth behind the heart. She might also be called the High Presence. Not because she does something, but because she is. Most people try to understand the priestess, but the priestess is not understood. She is entered. She is the space between stimulus and response, always present. She sits between polarity, as Wilfred said, the positive and negative, light and dark, yes and no, masculine and feminine, control and surrender. She rests between them without conflict. This is mastery. She does not seek validation. She does not need to be seen because she is that in you which sees. Gaze at the image before you. Let the breath soften naturally. Rest attention 2 to 3 inches behind the sternum. Do nothing. Do not imagine. Do not visualize. Do not seek experience. Simply allow. Rest as awareness. This is the high presence. For the next 2 weeks, you will enter the key of the Empress. So look at the image now. Choose one symbol that draws your attention. Please unmute yourselves one at a time and share what calls you.
The moon that she's stepping on with her left foot, or the semicircle sitting on.
Lovely. Thank you.
The cross on her scepter.
Beautiful.
The gold stars over her head.
Lovely. Thank you, Reverend Michael.
The dove on the shield.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lisa.
And the light around the dove's head.
Very nice. Thank you, Nancy.
The triangle above her belt around her high waist. Or
Oh.
And her round belly under the triangle.
Nice.
Wow.
Who hasn't shared one thing that draws your attention?
I did share earlier. I was going to mention real briefly that the shape of her belly and the triangle, like it's almost like they're kind of connected. I've never seen it in black and white like this. Just staring at it, and it's like so it almost has this like oval type of shape, which makes you think of the Fool key with the cosmic egg and all that. So just that kind of stuff.
Very nice. Thank you, Easy.
Just like the music notes, the old cards from the order has bees all over the Empress's gown.
Yes.
And
There's
the
one
stars
left,
over her
right?
head.
There's one
yeah,
still in
there's
the
one.
key
Ah,
right there. See?
oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And then look at the crown over her head. The old keys, the old card, excuse me, the stars are independent of her head, whereas this card, it looks like it's part of a crown.
Hmm.
It's connected.
There's also 5 roses on this one. And I would say the senses.
Mm-mm.
Oh, and there's a little white bird in the trees too, because I
Yeah.
almost colored it in. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So probably a dove, I think.
It's interesting that the she was looking toward the side over the water's flowing and desires pointing.
Hmm.
It is interesting.
Yes.
Okay. May your light become more fully incarnate. This concludes our class on the High Priestess. The floor is now open for any questions or comments.